Hey, welcome back to Ravenbeak Nature Works. We've got another batch of yew staves here. Very similar to the last batch. These have been down 5 years. They've been outside under cover for 4 and in my shop for the last year. So nice and dry, ready to go. A little bit shorter than the last batch, but still got some nice long stuff in here. So let's hop in and I'll show you what we got. As always, we are located west coast of Canada, so all prices Canadian dollars and shipping from Canada. So up first we have stave number 13, 75 inches long. Alignment looks beautiful, nice and straight, front to back looks great. There it is, beautiful colors. A little bit thicker sapwood, but pretty easy to thin out, and lots of wood to play with here. So let's look at the back. Nice and clean. Little pin knot through here. And this looks all nice and clean too. So beautiful stave here. We're always doing our best, to chase the longest, cleanest, straightest wood we can, but yew, it has character. Naturally, it's a pretty twisted, gnarly, stunted tree. So yew bows have character. That's all there is to it. So up first, stave 13, 75 inches long, and that is $2.75 Canadian. Next, we have stave 14, 76 inches long. Alignment looks great, super straight, front to back. Looks good. Overall, pretty straight. And a little bit paler than the last one, but still nice tight growth. Nice flat crown. We got one little knot right here. And one tiny little knot right here. And this end all looks real clean and clear. So lots of length there. That is, all right, stave 14, 76 inches and $2.50 Canadian. And stave number 15, 76 inches long. Alignment looks great, nice and straight. And front to back, we got a little bit of reflex through the handle. Limbs are relatively straight, with more of the reflex set through the handle. Nice low crown. If we look at the back, we got just a little pin knot cluster right here. And this limb looks all nice and pretty straight. And lovely colors to it as well. So that's stave 15. That is 76 inches, and that's $2.50. And stave 16, a little bit shorter on this. We got 70 inches. Alignment looks great, super straight. Front to back, super straight. And real tight grain, real beautiful color. And as we look at the back here, this end's all beautifully clean. Clean. One little knot right on this limb. And this limb is clean as well. So real beautiful piece. Yeah, whether it's a shorter longbow or flat bow, but beautiful piece. That's 16, 70 inches, that's $2.25. And stave number 17, 74 inches long. 74 is usually where I'll cut my 29-inch draw. So 17 is, alignment looks great, super straight. Front to back looks good. Little bit of a reflexy recurve down on the far tip there. So always up to you whether you want to try to match it on this end by putting some in, or sometimes I will also heat it and just pull a little bit out as well. So looking at the back, nice and clean. Looks like a real clean back to me here. And yeah, beautiful colors, real tight grain. So that's stave 17, 74 inches, that's $2.50. And 18, 77 inches long. Alignment looks great, super straight. And front to back looks good. A hint of deflex on this closer limb, but just a hint. And as we look down the back, a couple little pin knots poking through. Little bump through here. Little pin knot down there. So getting into a little bit of character, but still pretty minor as far as yew is concerned. Lots of length and also pretty good volume. Could go heavier on that if you wanted. So that's 18, that's 77 inches, that's $2.50. And stave number 19, 73 inches long. alignment looks nice, super straight, nice and straight. Maybe a hint of reflex on the far limb, but overall pretty straight. Real. I was waiting for it to show up. There we go. Beautiful grain, beautiful color, nice white sap. And getting into a little more character, nothing crazy. Little knots here. A knot through the hand, or not through the handle, through this limb. 2. And that limb looks pretty clean to me. That's off the side, it'll clean up. So, beautiful piece, nice and straight. That is stave number 19, 73 inches. That's 225. And stave number 20, 75 inches long. Alignment looks good. I think you can get a straight run through there. Front to back, pretty good. Just a hint of deflex, but ever so gentle. And looking at the back, nice smooth bark. Got a little tiny knot right here. One off to the right, I think you could avoid that. Clean through the handle, and that limb all looks real clear. So, nice piece. That's stave number 20. It's 75 inches long. That's 225. And stave number 21, 74 inches. Hint of deflex. Alignment looks good. I think you can get a straight run. A little bit of twist, nothing crazy, but got a little bit of prop twist to it. So whether you run high side to high side or you do a little bit of heat, pull it out, but just a hint. Got real beautiful color to it. And as we look down the back here, little knot off to the right, so depending on alignment, might be in, might not. Clean through the handle. That limb looks pretty clean. There's a little bit of a bump, but I don't think it's necessarily a knot per se. And yeah, lovely color, super, super tight grain. See if it'll show up for us. There it is. Beautiful. So that's stave 21, 74 inches. That's 200. And stave 22, 73 inches long. This was a neat piece. It was a little offcut from a stave I was cutting down. And I just looked at it and thought there's a beautiful little longbow in here. So just the tiniest hint of deflex to it. Nice tight sapwood, real tight colors. Smaller piece of wood, so lighter bow. You know, easily I think you could hit 40, 45 without a problem. And as we look down, it's got the one knot out to the right here, but I would think there's room to stay just beside it, done to the left. And it's got a little bump, but it's gonna clean up real nice. Super, super clean little piece of wood. Some of those knots on the edge will disappear as you bring it down, but it's all it takes, just a little sliver, but there's a nice bow in there. So that's 22, 73 inches. That's 200. And stave 23, alignment looks great, super, super straight. Long one, full 80 inches long. Front to back looks good. Smaller diameter tree, getting into a little bit more character here. As we look down the back, there's a knot off to the right, knot off to the left, knot off to the right. I think you can get a pretty clean run off of that limb. So a little bit of character, you know. I'm really trying to avoid, you know, medium or large knots. And yeah, we do end up with a few pins and small knots here and there. So long piece, 80 inches, so that's stave 23, that's 200. And stave 24, last one for this video, is 76 inches long. Pretty straight, I think you can get a straight run out of that. And front to back looks good, just a tiniest hint of deflex on this end, but ever so gentle. 76 inches long, so lots of wood to play with. Bark came off here, but nice smooth back, smooth. Just a little sunken knot there. Or actually, I don't see a knot on the belly, so, but a little sunken hole there. And pretty clean out to that end as well. So, that's a nice little piece there. And that's stave 24, 76 inches, and that one is 175. So that's it for this video. We got one more coming up here, a little bit shorter again, but let me know what you're interested in, and we'll get you some shipping costs and get them off. Thanks for looking, and we will see you shortly.